Have you ever found yourself adorned with something, perhaps a reputation, a possession, or even a responsibility, and mistaken its glint for glory? We often crave recognition, yearn for distinction, but what if the very thing that sets us apart is, in truth, a subtle mark of our own shortcomings, a silent bell tolling a warning rather than a celebration? Let us explore the quiet paradox of notoriety. In a sun-drenched valley, where ancient oaks whispered secrets to the breeze and a crystal-clear stream murmured its timeless song, lived a dog. Not just any dog, mind you, but one with a peculiar and rather vexing habit. He was a creature of impulse, his teeth often finding their way to the ankles of unsuspecting visitors, his growls a frequent, unprovoked punctuation mark in the otherwise peaceful cadence of the household. His master, a kind but increasingly harried man, found himself in a perpetual state of apology, his home becoming less a haven and more a gauntlet for those who dared to call. The master, after much contemplation and many frayed trousers, devised a solution. It wasn't a muzzle, for he loved his canine companion despite his faults, but something more symbolic. He fashioned a small, brass bell, burnished to a golden gleam, and carefully fastened it around the dog's neck with a sturdy leather collar. This, he thought, will serve as a warning. A gentle chime to herald his approach, allowing others to step aside, to prepare. And indeed, the bell chimed. With every trot, every turn of the head, a delicate, insistent sound filled the air. The dog, however, did not perceive it as a warning. To him, the bell was a melody, a personal anthem, a declaration of his importance. He held his head high, his chest puffed out, the brass glinting in the sunlight. He pranced about the yard, no longer a mere canine, but a bell-bearer, a walking symphony of his own perceived grandeur. He would pause, tilting his head just so, to ensure the bell's sweet tinkle resonated clearly, convinced that every ear was turned to his magnificent presence. He imagined the other animals, the farmhands, even the master, marveling at his unique adornment, believing himself to be singled out, chosen, perhaps even celebrated. He would seek out bustling corners of the farm, his tail wagging with self-satisfaction, the bell announcing his every move. He saw the quickening steps of the geese, the hurried retreat of the chickens, the cautious glances of the stable hands, not as reactions to a potential threat, but as respectful acknowledgments of his elevated status. Ah, he thought, they hear my bell. They know I am coming. They recognize my importance. He reveled in this imagined spotlight, his ego swelling with each melodious chime, oblivious to the true sentiment behind the hurried movements and averted gazes. One languid afternoon, as the dog was performing his latest, most flamboyant bellstrut by the old oak, an ancient hound, weathered and wise, emerged from the shade. This old dog, with eyes that had seen many seasons and a spirit tempered by countless experiences, watched the bell-wearing dog with a look of quiet understanding, tinged with a hint of sorrow. He waited for a pause in the self-congratulatory procession, then spoke, his voice a low rumble, worn smooth by time. "Young one," he began, "you seem quite pleased with that jangling ornament around your neck." The bell dog puffed out his chest further, the bell swaying majestically. "Indeed, venerable one. Does it not announce my arrival? Does it not signify my unique position here?" The old dog sighed, a sound like dry leaves skittering across stone. "The fewer airs you give yourself, the better, my friend. You don't truly believe, do you, that this bell was bestowed upon you as a reward for some exemplary deed? As a medal for merit?" He paused, letting his words hang in the still air. "On the contrary, young one. This bell is not a laurel, it is a warning. It is a mark not of distinction, but of your unfortunate propensity to cause discomfort. It is not a badge of honor, but a symbol of your inability to control yourself. It is, in truth, a badge of disgrace, a public declaration of your flaw, meant to protect others from your unpredictable nature, not to celebrate your presence." The old dog then turned, his wisdom a silent shadow, and ambled back into the cool embrace of the oak's shade, leaving the bell dog standing quite still, the joyful tinkle now sounding profoundly hollow and strangely dissonant. How often do we, much like the unsuspecting dog, misinterpret the signs and symbols in our own lives? We might strive for attention, for a unique identity, for something that makes us stand out. But sometimes, what distinguishes us is not a testament to our greatness, but a stark reminder of our failings. We may boast of our wealth, oblivious to the fact that it was accumulated through exploitation. We might parade our power, blind to the fear it instills. We might even embrace a bad boys or the rebel's image, mistakenly believing that notoriety, that being known for disruptive behavior, equates to genuine influence or respect. This fable invites us to a profound self-examination. What bells do we wear? Are they the chimes of genuine accomplishment, earned through hard work, integrity, and kindness? Or are they the clang of a reputation forged from impulsiveness, selfishness, or a lack of self-awareness? It's a sobering thought that the very thing we might flaunt as a badge of honor could, in the eyes of the discerning, be a glaring signal of our imperfections. True distinction comes from character, from quiet strength, from a genuine contribution to the world, not from the jingle of self-advertisement or the echo of past misdeeds. To be truly the known is not merely to be recognized, but to be understood, and hopefully, to be respected for who we authentically are, not for the cacophony we create. As you walk through your days, listen carefully to the bells you encounter, both your own and those of others. Are they songs of genuine achievement, or warnings of undisciplined spirit? Filiarium invites you to reflect, what stories does your bells truly tell? Find your wisdom. Live your truth. And let your presence be a melody, not a warning.